Hey everyone, welcome back to Corporate Decoder, the place where we learn to read between the corporate lines. And today we're diving into an 8K filing for the Grayscale Ethereum Trust ETF. And let me tell you, it's not about soaring profits or massive losses, but a significant organizational shift behind the scenes. Imagine a company like a big family tree. This report is like updating the family tree's organizational chart. On the 22nd of October 2025, there was a big internal shakeup, a corporate reorganization, that changed how things are structured for the folks who manage things behind the scenes for the Grayscale Ethereum Trust ETF. Think of Grayscale Investment Sponsors LLC, which we'll call the sponsor, as the management company for the trust. Before this reorganization, another company called GSO Intermediate Holdings Corporation, or GSY, was basically calling the shots for the sponsor. But now, a newly formed company, Grayscale Investments Incorporated, has taken over the management role for the sponsor. It's like a company taking a step back and having a new, more direct management entity step in to steer the ship. And who's behind this new management company, Grayscale Investments Incorporated? It is DCG Grayscale Holdco LLC. This means that Digital Currency Group Inc., which is the parent company to all these related entities like DCG Holdco, Grayscale Investments, the sponsor, and a few others, remains the ultimate owner. So while the management structure has changed, the underlying ownership and control are still within the same big corporate family. This reorganization sounds complicated, but the key takeaway is that it is an internal restructuring. They've transferred some ownership units and management rights. The important part for us watchers of the Ethereum Trust is that this reorganization is not expected to change how the trust itself operates day to day. It is more about how the management team is organized, not the actual investment strategy or operations of the trust itself. The Grayscale Ethereum Trust ETF shares trade under the ticker ETHI on the NYSE Arca Inc. exchange. This is the actual investment vehicle that investors interact with. The changes we're discussing are happening at the management company level above the trust and are said to not materially impact the trust operations. So, for investors holding Ether, the immediate operational impact should be minimal. The report is signed by Edward McGee, who is listed as the Chief Financial Officer of the sponsor. It's worth noting that Hez signing in his capacity as an officer of the sponsor, Grayscale Investment Sponsors, LLC, acting on behalf of the trust. This is standard procedure for filings like this. Now, what does this all mean if you are an investor, if you own shares of the Grayscale Ethereum Trust ETF or are considering it? This filing primarily tells you that there has been an internal shuffle in the management structure. The entities that manage and oversee the trust have undergone a reorganization. The key point here is the statement that this reorganization is not expected to have any material impact on the trust's operations. This suggests that the shift is more about how the parent companies and management entities are structured internally, perhaps for efficiency or future strategic reasons rather than any change in the trust's investment objectives, its custodian, or how it interacts with the market. It is like rearranging the furniture in the boardroom while the factory on the ground floor keeps producing the same goods. The core business, the investment in Ethereum, continues. However, it's always wise to keep an eye on such organizational changes. While they say to raise no material impact now, significant shifts at the management level can sometimes precede future strategic changes or operational adjustments down the line. So for now, it seems business as usual for investors in Grayscale Ethereum Trust ETF, but staying informed about the sponsor's organizational health and structure is always a good practice. Alright, that is our breakdown of Grayscale Ethereum Trust ETF's latest filing. What is your take on these organizational shifts and what they might signal for the future? Drop your thoughts in the comments if this analysis was valuable. Hitting that like button really helps, and subscribe for more deep dives. Don't forget to check out the Discord in the description. Thanks for watching. See you next time.